to sit up there. I don't know. I'm gonna get a pair of vice grips to hold this thing. Piece of grizzle in my teeth. Yes, I eat meat. What if I get a pair of vice grips? I could clamp this sucker. Oh yeah, seems about right. Let's see if I can do this as a camera mount so that you guys should see what the heck I'm doing. No, I don't think I want to do that. Get a little bit closer. Get a little bit closer, baby. Okay. I think it's more important that you see what I'm doing rather than see what than see my face. So, Phoenix, okay, hey, how's it going, Wes? Have you found your camera? No, I didn't find it, but Timothy did. It is destroyed, though. Doesn't work. It's destroyed. I don't know. I can see a mark here. I think it got squished, crunched, and no good. But, yeah, what are you going to do? So, anyway, what you're looking at here is the fan speed sensor for the W235 windrower. And what had happened was it broke. This little strap here. Now, I have video on the other camera, on the one that was lost for 24 hours or so. I have video on there of what we were doing to try and get this thing fixed, and it failed. It didn't work. So I'm not the type of person to let stuff go. I kind of don't like to fail at stuff. So, Denver, there you go. So anyway, what I've done, and I videotaped it with the other camera. For the most part, I videotaped it with the other camera. I've chopped out these bits and pieces here. You see all this stuff that's laying here on the ground here? I chopped that out so that I could get into the guts of this sensor. So yes, the sensor had already failed, and I was trying to restore it yesterday in a hurry because I was trying to get some work done that wasn't getting done as quickly as I'd liked it to because I only had one mower. Oh yeah, great. So anyway, so I needed the other mower to be, the John Deere to be running, and I just kind of got a little bit ahead of myself. So what I'm going to do here is I've already got it tore apart. I've already got it kind of somewhat, I've got it separated from itself. And I've got this stuff called liquid tape. And I don't know if anybody out there has ever used this, but I know I have to some success. I have. And I didn't have any success with it yesterday, but I'm gonna have success with it today because I'm pretty tenacious, I guess, if you want to use that particular term. I don't like to fail, all right, at all, ever. And I mean, I have failed at things in the past, but it's, you know, it's just one of those things. Do you fail and forget about it, or do you fail or just, well, I can't say fail. Do you forget about it, or do you not accept the failure and go back at it and try to get it so that it is good, you know? And I'm the kind of person that just can't accept defeat, especially on something like this. This is really kind of silly. Yeah, that's right. You only fail if you quit. You're correct. So, and just because the application tool that you're using doesn't fit, doesn't mean that you can't use something else. This thing is telling me I got a low battery. Can you believe that? Let's say we just enter into the low power mode. Okay, so clear nail polish is also good for small nicks and installation of wire. Yeah, but this is a little bit more than a small nick. So what had happened, this is the fan clutch and fan speed sensor. All right, so fan clutch and fan speed sensor. in order for this thing to properly work, the fan speed sensor has to function. Now, it'll run the fan wide open and keep the engine cool. You know, it does, and it does that quite efficiently. It does work that way. But the problem is that the computer, the ECU says, now your fan speed clutch is not working, Wesley. So there's a failure someplace and you need to fix it, because if you don't fix it, I'm not going to regenerate. And these engines or these exhaust systems need to regenerate, because if they don't, you end up with a shutdown machine. And when I say shut down, it shuts down. It's not going to run. It's not going to think about running. It's not going to somehow have an override button that you can push to make it run. It's just going to say, Wesley, you're not going to run me until you get this speed sensor sorted out. So I thought I had it good enough yesterday, but obviously I did not have it good enough yesterday. So, and I'm not even sure what I'm picking around at here is the little red wire here, because I just gooped that one, and I'm pretty sure I'm good there. So what I'm doing is I'm gonna just put that liquid tape on here until I get enough of it on there, and then I'm going to fill it in and put a little heat to it. Afro Engineering next will be the manufacturer. Yeah, Afro Engineering. Well, I use that term all the time, and it in no way implies that I'm racist or anything. It's a polite term for nigger rig, and the term nigger rig is not so bad, I don't think. I mean, it's just, quite honestly, I think it's a compliment to say that. I always took it as such. I mean, if somebody says, oh, you just nigger rigged that thing, I'm like, yeah, well, okay, you're right, I did. I got that sucker going by using a little bit of ingenuity. So the key to this liquid tape is patience. And I'm probably going to get demonetized for that word that I just used anyway. You know. Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. How you doing? How's Australia going? Yeah. I was at Tractor Supply today to get some stuff, and I ended up with not getting everything that I needed, but I broke my family street rod again. Well, that's not good. Hillbilly engineering? Well, yeah, it could be hillbilly engineering, but I don't live in the hills. I live in New Jersey. And, yeah, see, now that stuff's starting to get rubber. It is, which is good, because there's a hole in there that was filled with a wax. Now, a type of wax, it's this hard stuff. It's almost like a flexible epoxy, I would say. I'd call it a wax, but it's more or less, it's like that rubber bouncy ball material. You know, back in the 80s, I used to sell those things all the time. Kingwood is close enough. Well, it's not quite as hillbilly-ish as Alexandria. You know how those people are. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I did not get any corn in the ground this year. Timmy Cornpicker did, though. He certainly did. And if, you know, if that's an attest to Alexandria. No, I'm not kidding you. Alexandria, I figured out timing is still off after 2 years. Now I finally got it fixed. Can't say what my dad did when I was, he disappeared. So this isn't the most exciting live stream, but it is here. The house is fine. It's the barn that burned. The barn burned to the ground. That's what happened there. So yeah, this stuff, it's actually going to work. Geez, Sam, $10 just keeping it profitable for you. It's not profitable, this business of filming for YouTube anymore. I'll let you in on a little secret. You know, a year ago I was making about $5,000 a month. on YouTube. Yeah, $5,000 a month, right? So today, I'm making about half of that, you know, which is pretty good money, don't get me wrong. I'm making about half of that now, and which is fine. I'm not quitting because of money. I'm not quitting at all, to be honest with you. But, you know, you get used to that money. And there's a lot of people out there that take YouTube as a career. As a matter of fact, if you ask children in the United States today what they would like to be when they grow up, YouTube star is the -- answer. And, you know, I find that to be rather sad. Not that I find it sad. The reason I find it to be sad is because you can't use YouTube as a career. I'm sorry. It's okay. It's good. It's good enough money if that's all you did, but you never know when your channel gets selected. Holy shit, Denver. Denver Palman, you need to take that back. You shouldn't give that kind of money. YouTube doesn't even give me half of that money. I mean, they take 35% of it. You know, wow, that's a lot of money. I appreciate it, you know, and I appreciate it. I guess I appreciate every one of you out there because, wow, that'll go for the camera fund for sure. Because that camera, it is junk. It's no good. And it will have to be replaced, obviously. But damn, I'm still, whew. I had one guy one time give me $300, and I spent 2 hours on the phone with him afterwards because, well, I just felt obligated. He wanted me to call, and I says, well, you give me $100, I'll give you a call. You got to give me your phone number. I gave him my email address and son of a bitch. If I didn't get almost $400 out of that guy, and I didn't even want it. But I spent time on the phone talking with him, and from everything about drinking and driving to, I don't know, 6 ways from Sunday, I guess. So I'm just hoping that this stuff dries out. No, the one that actually just got crunched is the one that Teresa dropped and broke and fixed. She paid to have it fixed because she's a good girl. And she felt really bad about breaking it. I thought it was a loss. She actually, I'll tell you what she did. When she dropped that one, she bought me this one, okay? And for some reason, this one has just never been a good camera. It has really terrible quality. It's a terrible quality camera. It's supposed to be a 4K camera, but it isn't. It's just no good. I don't know why it's no good. It just doesn't work the way I thought it was a knockoff, but it came right from, she bought it right from, yeah, right from, let's see, we do this. Time zone, no. Back is menu, we do this. Yeah, so I'm just trying to do some work here. Card setup settings, no. Bit rate is normal. I got my wind thing. It just isn't very good. I have to, Clicky is still at home. Yeah, I could use Clicky. High bit rate provides better picture quality, but the file size will be fairly large. Superfine. Highest bit rate provides best picture quality, but file size will be very large. So maybe I'll just go with, I'll do that. I'll change the bit rate. The frame rate should probably be somewhere around 60, but it records 60p and 30 in video. Yeah, so, yeah, it's working. Anyway, yeah, so there we go. I'll shut it off. See, I'm just yammering on about this thing because I'm waiting for that to dry. And when I do decide that dry enough, I'm going to twist them up tight against one another, and then I'm going to fill in the cavity that I've made there. Excuse me. Would you ever New Holland? Would you ever have a New Holland T7? I actually like the New Holland T7. I went to the T7 manufacturing plant in Basildon, England. They're also made in the engine plant in Antwerp, Belgium. Oh yeah, no, we're getting there. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. The reason I went was because New Holland paid me to go. Yeah, so, but for the most part, I know a lot of people that own these things, and I hate to say it. Jeff Raymond, he has New Holland stuff. He says he hates deer. They only have one piece of deer equipment, and I think it's a wagon or some kind of cart or some damn thing. But hates John Deere, but, you know, I don't know. Yeah, Tim found the camera. It's right here. Right here, this is the guy. This is the found camera. I'll set it there so people can say, hey, it's right in front of you. You know, that sort of thing. So Jeff Raymond, he runs those New Hollands, and he likes them. I mean, it's okay. Yeah, they did. They paid me to go. I got a free trip out of that. I was in England and Belgium for 9 days. It was one of the most wonderful times I ever spent with my daughter. My girlfriend at the time did not want to go, I guess, and she didn't want to sit on an airplane with me for 7 hours and spend 9 days in some of the most beautiful countryside you've ever seen if you're from Belgium. And you know that Belgium is, to some people, very boring, but to me, it was, yeah, we still have a garden. There's peppers and tomatoes and shit in there, cucumbers. Sunflowers now for my sister's gravesite. My brother-in-law is going to be buried there on Saturday. So, the little one's doing just fine. I have not seen the Kubota M8. So, but anyways, my girlfriend at the time, she didn't want to go. So I said that I would take my daughter, and so me and Haley spent 9 days in Belgium and England. I had an awesome time. My daughter, she had a good time too, and she's actually planning another trip back to England with her boyfriend soon. She asked me, actually yesterday's live stream, she asked me if I had her passport still, and of course I've got it, and she said that she would need it because she wants to go to England, but I think it's about expired now. It's getting old. See, that was 2014, and they only last for 5 years. So, come February, that's it. 5 years is up, or maybe it's up already. I bet it is up already. So that will have to be renewed for her before she can go to England. See, her boyfriend's mother lives in England. Picture sucks. No, picture's fine. It looks good here. You know, looks good here. But anyway, yeah. So this is the bit right there. See inside there? I'm hoping you can see in there. So all that in there, I had to cut it out, and that'll be on the video probably tomorrow, unless that camera's junk too. But I don't know. T7. 315 would definitely have enough power to run the Chrome, yeah. The inline balers, you'd have to talk to Timmy Cornpicker about those because he has one. I always thought that they were good. They're different than the New Holland. I mean, my New Holland over here is 570. I've done work to it. Yesterday we did work to it, and this morning we did work to it, but it's about ready to go to the field now, so I'm pretty happy with that. $5.49, Hit Farms, HLT Farms, thank you. Milwaukee Tools over DeWalt for sure. Hey, OLF, wondering if I could get a shout out. Well, I think it's HLT Farms, you got your shout out. Yeah, well, the thing with YouTube, and you guys are watching paint dry, by the way. The thing with YouTube and making money, maybe when I started 10 years ago, or well, 11 years ago pretty soon, 11 years on YouTube, that was about the time that they started paying people, you know. And the problem with YouTube today is when I started, it was very small. It was a uh-oh. I'm gonna have to get something to charge my phone with. Let me get my vice grips off of there. That stuff's gonna dry anyways. All right, so this is a little bit of advice for you. Starting a YouTube channel today is very, very difficult. YouTube wants creators not like me. They don't want me. They don't want me at all, as a matter of fact. They'd like my channel to die, which is okay, because it can. It can die if they want it to die, because I don't own the site. I don't own the site that... I don't own YouTube. I am just a guy that gets free space to post my creativity on. Now, if you have an operation, say like Zach Johnson, or even mine, you know, I mean, an operation like this, and you have time to sit for hours on end to, yes, that's what I'm looking for, sit for hours on end editing and taking 3 or 4 days worth of footage, editing it to a high quality video that is desirable to everyone. Just hold on here, guys. I'm trying to plug my phone in. Whoops. You may be able to scratch out some money on YouTube. Now, I've been on here so long. Oh, come on. What? What? Oh, there's juice there. It's not telling me. Well, that's the problem. Gobble My Balls doesn't know what people want. Gobble My Balls knows what their advertisers want. And the advertisers, you know what the advertisers want? The advertisers want the advertisers want mainstream media style YouTube creators. And that's just a fact. That's what they want. They want that because A, it's clean, too clean. See, YouTube was designed for people like me who had things to say and that didn't have a real platform. Let's see if this thing's gonna work. Is it gonna work? Why won't this thing charge? No more GoPros, anything else. No conservative content. Yeah, they don't want the kind of content that I'm producing. So you know, and not to, I use Zach's name a lot, and he's probably getting kind of annoyed by it because, you know, like I said, I like Zach. I don't have a problem with Zach. I don't have Zach's time. You see, when Zach gets busy, Zach stops posting. Okay, I'm busy all the time. Thanks for the great videos. Well, thank you. You know, thanks for the $3.99. You know, so when Zach gets busy, Zach doesn't post anything. Now, I would have posted all through the North Carolina straw job. Oh, I would have posted all through that, but the what do you call it down there is terrible. The cell service down there was terrible. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if this thing is charging or what the deal is, but it may not charge for me while I'm going to do this. So, anyways, but when things get busy for Zach, he stops posting. He does live streams like I do on occasion. He'll do the live streams and stuff like that, but for the most part, he does a very well edited, good job on his videos, and that's great because there is definitely a place for those. Oh, you devil. There's definitely a place for those style of videos on YouTube. That's what they want. So there are a vast majority of people that watch Zach's stuff that are not farmers. They are people that want to be educated about modern agriculture, and he does a great job with that. I'm not going to educate you about modern agriculture. I can teach you a little bit about, the equipment that I own. I no longer take products from people to promote on my channel. I did for a little while, like Peckway. Peckway had their equipment here, and it's still here. It needs to go now. It's supposed to go. They can come and get it. Some of it is, well, like the tedder. I thought the tedder worked really well. I'm not going to post I'm not posting in North Carolina videos. It just isn't worth it. The amount of time that it would take for me to edit that for the amount of money that I would get, say, out of YouTube naturally. Just right now, I don't have time to do it. I just don't have time to do it. And I have to edit it because there's a lot of stuff. I mean, you're looking at hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of hours of North Carolina straw, and nobody would watch it. They get tired of it pretty quickly. So anyway, at some point, would you like to see in-depth farm tour? And at some point, I would like to see an in-depth farm tour. Well, the problem with an in-depth farm tour is, people come and they see my channel and they see what I have here, a little bit there, a little bit other places. Some people are like, wow, when did you get that? So if I go and I show everything on one video, people know exactly what I have, where it's at, how to get to it, and I might start losing things. So that's why you're not going to get one of those in-depth farm tours. It's just not going to happen. I did one a long time ago, a running tractor tour. Just for your information, the grain dryer doesn't have a roof over it. Thought you might like to know. Hey, you know what? And it's filling up with water every day, just a little bit more, And somebody even did point out that Zach Johnson does not have a roof over his grain dryer either. And that's kind of funny. It's like, okay, so this morning, if you're on my Instagram, I was looking at the Ag Progress or the Farm Progress show. I'd really like to go to the Farm Progress show. It's at the end of next week, 27, 28, and 29. I just kind of like to go to it. I've been running my ass off doing this work, and I'm tired. And I'm not caught up, but I want to go. And I think if I get my mowers going, the balers are running right now, the stacker's running right now. And here I am, I'm in the shop screwing around with a sensor that I don't even know if it's going to work or not. But I'd like to go see the show, and in the show, suck up is what I always call it, but a suck up grain dryers and bins. They got a big ad with the three different grain dryers that they offer, and none of them had a roof over it. I would love to go to Llama. Llama would be great. I would also like to go to Agritechnica. I think that's this year. I think they skip every other year with Agritechnica. Yeah, you wonder why they make it out of galvanized metal. It's for corrosion resistance. It's not single dipped galvanized either. Those walls, the screens themselves, they're double dipped galvanized metal. Double dipping means that it's galvanized metal, and then they drill all those little holes, or they punch all those holes. I think they go through a roll press, punch out all those little holes, and then they get dipped again. And then you have a double dipped galvanized grain dryer. I'm gonna put a roof back over top of it because it keeps the grain dryer, but yeah, build it to last, that's right. The silo is leaning, yes, it is leaning. It's unfortunate, but it is. All right, I think we're getting to the point now that we can almost twist this together. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to actually, because I got enough of this stuff on there. See this? So, oh, no. I didn't have them all coated. Right, okay. Well, that's a good thing I did that then. Okay. So I'm back to coating them again. I need more light over here. See, the sun is actually hitting me in the face, but Yeah. This doggone thing. See, that red wire was completely worn out. Cut the blue wire. No. Yeah, cut the blue wire. I think the blue wire, the red wire was the one that's pretty well cut off, but yes, Timothy found my camera. It had fallen behind the seat of the 7810, and I looked there. But I guess while I was cleaning up his garbage, I dropped it. And yes, it was his garbage. And me and him had a little bit of a talk about that today. But no, we'll get through that. A little bit of a talk about the garbage that was in that tractor today. So, but anyway, yeah. I just want this thing to really just work. Just enough that I can get the damn thing regenerated so that tomorrow, I get this thing regenerated tonight. Tim found my camera, yes. If I get this thing regenerated tonight, I'll be right there having some fun. Anyway, I'll be right back. Hold on. All right, I'm back. Heat gun. I'll dry that shit pretty fast. Yeah, that's usually the way it works. Usually turtle wax is involved. I think it's pretty hot. This is like a hair dryer on steroids, if you didn't know. Craftsman made this. Yeah, we'll get her nice and warm. What kind of donation would it take to get you to mention me in a video, not a live stream? I love your content. Ron Schrader? Consider it a cat feather in my cap made it into your channel. Well, Ryan Schrader, you don't have to donate anything, because I just said it. Hey, Stony Ridge Farmer. I don't know. I don't need donations. See, this is a crazy thing. I'm going to get that fly. This is a crazy thing about my YouTube channel. This is not my main source of income like a lot of people have. YouTube as a main source of income. This is my fun money. As I call it, my fun money. Why I call it my fun money is because that's what I travel with. So I did last year, and I'll be honest with everybody here, you know as well as anybody else, last year was a very tough year for me to get my hay made. I left 700 acres of hay in the field. It never got made until this year. You made my night, thank you. I know you don't need a donation, but with the sub issues you had lately, I'd be happy to help support a fellow farmer. You know what, Ryan? You keep coming every day and watching my stuff. That'll make me happier than I just made you. So it's all good. I mean, I do this for free, you know, and I did it before there was money involved, and that's what a lot of people don't understand. The minute YouTube or Google purchased YouTube, they made it a money thing. And it went from a creator platform where people could just show what they do every day, or, you know, make stupid little videos and post them. And it was quirky back then, and it wasn't very structured, and it didn't have to be because nobody was making any money. Now, once they threw the money in the mix, in my opinion, they actually ruined it a little bit, and they made it harder. Keep one farmer from being lonely. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, but, you know, so, yeah, it does. You know, back then, my kids were little. I started the channel with my kids. You know, it's just like, hey, let's do a YouTube video. And I did the YouTube video. I posted it up there. It was a little bit silly, and I've taken it down since. And then I decided that I would show some more of my day-to-day farming activities that I do every day, so that other people can enjoy what I do. Now, there was some money involved when I started this business. I mean, the YouTube business was money, like I said, money was fresh. It was new. People didn't get money from posting their videos when I started. It was new. So anyways, as it goes, the worst thing that I see about YouTube right now is the hatred towards conservative channels, people that speak their mind in a conservative manner. I being guilty of that. Yes, I am quite a conservative. I never, you know, I think that people should earn their keep. I think that people should earn their, you know, earn what they have. Not, there should be nothing given, because in reality, healthcare is out of control because of free healthcare. My health insurance, which I cannot afford to have, I have no health insurance at this point. I have none. So if something bad happens to me, I'm gonna die, okay? That's it. If I get cancer, I'm gonna die. If you see a sailboat show up on the Pandy Farm, you know that I've got cancer and I'm going to die. So, well, I'm a racist Republican. Oh, and I'm white too, so I'm a suppressor of the other colored skinned people too. So there you go. Doesn't it just make you want to punch them in the face? But then you definitely would be a racist Republican white person. On your channel, though, Josh, you don't portray that you are a racist Republican. As a matter of fact, I've watched your channel a lot of times, and very subtle hints that you are not some left-leaning liberal queer, you know? I mean, that's, and I can only attribute these people to left-leaning liberal queers. And, you know, it just drives me nuts to watch that shit. It just drives me nuts. So AOC comes on and she says, I quit Facebook and I'm not going to use Twitter anymore. Give me a break. That's the only reason she got elected. Neutral as it goes over here. And that again, is why your channel is growing at a phenomenal rate. I'm too stupid to realize that. Stupid? No. I cannot do that. I'm sorry. I'd be like, that'd be like saying, yeah, I like women, but I like to get fucked in the ass too. That doesn't make me gay, does it? You know, that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, I can't. I just can't. So I'll just keep being, you know, a conservative over here. And I couldn't call I'm registered Republican, but I'm really a libertarian, I guess you would say. I like our freedoms that are prescribed to us in our Constitution. And, you know, I know Josh does as well. He's probably more of a libertarian than a Republican as well, because he likes his freedoms and rights as it is prescribed in the U.S. Constitution. So, you know, and like a lot of people that watch this channel. So how do you kill a channel that people like that Gobble My Balls doesn't like? You unsubscribe them. You just unsubscribe them. So as of yesterday, I had 39,180 some odd subscribers. You know, that was last night. What I'd like is a Model A Ford. Well, I got one of those. You drove it. It was pretty awesome, wasn't it? I love my Model A Ford. I really do. I got the Chevy truck and the Ford truck in there too. They're a lot of fun as well. So, yeah, the pickup. Yeah, a Model A Ford pickup. Now you're talking money. Actually, if I was going to get a pickup truck of that era, it would be a 32. A 32 or a 33. 33 has a really nice grill. The 39s I always thought were ugly with that rounded grill, but a 39 Ford pickup, that would be really neat because they have the V8 in them, you know, and they sound really good. They don't really have huge power. I think they're like 60 horsepower. The Model T was like 24 horsepower. The Model A was 40 horsepower, and I think the first V8s were 60. I don't think they were 80, but later on they become 80 horsepower. But yeah, 139,176 subscribers. But if I go on to my analytics on YouTube or Gobble My Balls, what do you suppose it says there? It's still at 38,900 and some. So, you know, keep hitting that subscribe button. If you're not subscribed to this channel, you can subscribe to it right now and boost those subscriptions and actually give me some popularity. Not that I care one way or the other, I guess. I mean, I do like to see the channel continue to grow. I've seen a lot of channels that are waning now. Wrangler Star, his channel has pretty much started to go the other way. He's he did some gun stuff, and that got gobble my balls all upset, and so that just kind of, they killed it. They killed him. They killed him. I think they killed him. You know, I thought it was pretty pathetic, but anyway, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna go get a wire tie, and I'm gonna neatly wire tie this thing together. Zip, 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 up there. So give me a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm back. Yeah, I'm back. So, you know, it's hard to say when your channel's gonna die. I watch another guy, Corey Williams. I think his name is Corey Williams. Anyway, he's got a channel. He's had it for 14 years. He's quitting. He's pretty much done now. He says, that's it, September, I'm quitting. And I found that to be rather sad and also disheartening, because, you know, the content that he did on his SMP channel, Simple Minded People, the house didn't burn, Josh. It was the barn. I thought it was the house and the barn, but it turned out that the house was being, I guess they had a fire truck right there doing some preventative work and it looked like it was on fire, but it wasn't. And they're okay. The horses got out okay. You know, the hay didn't, though. The legs on the hay bale aren't very long, so the hay bales couldn't run. And I guess there was about 400 of those poor little bastards that they perished in the fire. So that was kind of sad to hear, you know, because that's just, it's hay. What's your thoughts on Chucky 2000 on YouTube's suicide? Was and still am a big admirer, but was ashamed to see the political views taking over like that. Okay, so I like Lance. Lance is a good kid. Lance is the same age as Timothy. Hay fires are common, never store equipment in a hay barn. That's true. I'm guilty of that, though, at times. But anyway, so to get on with Lance, I get why he did it. I get why he did it, and I don't know if he's still gonna produce anything on YouTube. They did demonetize him completely now, I guess. I think that was a little bit harsh for that. He just read a book, okay? Now, mind you, the book was written by a psycho. If I'm correct, I forget who it was that he had read the book. It was some mass shooter. I wouldn't have gave him any credibility, to be honest with you, and I don't think Chucky should have either. That's just my opinion, though. I mean, who the hell am I? I'm just some farmer that fixes sensors here in New Jersey. But I'm actually going to turn that on. Let me turn on the camera so tomorrow's video you guys can see exactly what I'm doing here. Yeah, so as far as Chucky 2009's YouTube suicide, it was. It's sad to see him go because, you know, I really watched Chucky grow. Chucky's been on YouTube longer than me, believe it or not. He started about a year before I did. He was fixing old Alice Chalmers tractors. So when you're doing that sort of thing, like fixing old Alice Chalmers tractors, he got the attention, my attention. Chucky's a great guy, but he needs to get some help. Now, he doesn't need help. You see, this is the amazing thing. We have a right to our opinions and our thoughts and our beliefs here in the United States. That's why America is America. You know, the Pilgrims came here for religious freedom. You know, if you didn't know that, you should. Religious freedom. I mean, he was a little bit, I think he was a little bit off with the brown replacement and, you know, a little bit harsh on Jews. You know, I'm not Jewish, but if you look at my nose, it's kind of a kind of a stereotypical Jewish nose, I think, but I did my 23andMe, and I am like 2% Ashkenazi Jew. All right, so I'm sure if Chucky 2009 did his 23andMe, it would probably be somewhat Jewish as well. Wouldn't that be something? I do believe that Adolf Hitler was Jewish to some degree. I'm almost certain he was. At least I had heard that he was. Yeah, Timothy found it. Timothy found my camera. So, anyways, with this Jewish thing, you know, that was a little bit. What's wrong with the Jews? You know, people. I'm 100% human. I'm with you, Bill. My wife is from the Philippines. So am I part of the problem in the brown replacement? But you don't see me jumping up and down and screaming and hollering at Chucky 2009 because he voiced his opinion on the brown replacement. And, you know, I guess you could call her the yellow replacement because she's Asian. And, you know, it's just weird. It's the Zionists that are the problem. All right, so what is a Zionist? Explain that to me, because I guess I'm just blissfully ignorant when it comes to that. Look, anybody, I am at an elevated position of power, right? Okay, so, and I'm sure some of you are as well. So, all right, let me kind of simplify this for you, and I can put it into layman's terms. So, how many guys out there are actually career farmers? I mean, type in the number one. A number one, if you are a full-time farmer, you don't have any other job out there but farming, or you're a student in school that wants to be a farmer. So, there we go. So we got a lot of number ones popping up, all right? Lots of number ones. Yes, if you want to be a farmer and you still there, y'all still there? Wow, getting a lot of ones. Okay, so got a lot of ones, ex-full-time dairyman. Okay, so you ever go to the dealership, right? Like, say, John Deere, if you're a John Deere guy. Number 2 doesn't count, pal. That's only if you're on the potty. Anyway, so you're at the John Deere dealership, and you're there at the counter, and somebody, you know, of course they know you at the counter because you're buying equipment all the time, right? You're buying equipment and you're buying pieces, you're buying stuff all the time. So they know you at the counter. And then somebody walks up alongside you that they don't know. You ever notice the service that they get over the service that you get? Like, hey, Mr. Bandy, what's going on? What can I get for you? Guy comes up here and he says, and he stands there for about 5 minutes while they're bullshitting with you, and you know you have to actually take on the position of, hey, you can help him first because I'm going to be here for a while, and I do that when somebody shows up, blah blah blah. Okay, blah blah blah. Anyway, so there you go. Guy comes in, he's ordering blades for his lawnmower. He's not going to get the same service as you get. He's not. So you're at an elevated status within that company. So Joe Schmo that mows a half an acre of grass up the road, he comes in there maybe once a year, maybe once every other year to do some stuff. They recognize him, but they don't. He spends $50 a year there. So you get somebody like me that spends $50,000 a year there, you're at an elevated status. So you've got, you know, you can post that like Jews. Okay. So Jews, I have no problem with Jews. I really don't. Yeah, you'll see it. You'll see it for sure getting parts for that 110. Absolutely. They're kind of annoyed by it because that thing is 40 years old. And they're like, oh, here comes that kid again. But you know what I'm saying. So, of course, people that have friends in high places, I mean, we've all heard the term, it's not what you know, it's who you know, right? How many Jews can you fit in a car? I don't know. How many seats are in there? You know, you could put 6 in if it's a 6-seated vehicle. And if you're talking about railroad cars, that's pretty bad. Yeah, the skid steers over there. Yeah, this is an old joke. I don't know. All of them. I guess the answer to that would be all of them, right? 3 in the back, 2 in the front, and 16 in the ashtray. Nice. Not really nice. That's pretty brutal. I think Chucky seems really unhappy at the end, where he was normally a happy-go-lucky guy, not because he expressed his opinion. He knew that he was, and Chucky made a lot of money. Chucky made a lot of money on YouTube. He really did. He had, what did he have? 300, 400, 500,000 subscribers. He had a lot of subscribers. He had a lot of views. He had good subscriber retention. So, view retention. So, yeah, what do you do? He knew what he was doing when he did it. He knew that it would probably end his channel, but he did it anyway. So, and this will bring me to protest. So Chucky did a protest, all right? I think it was my dad. I don't think it was my mother. I'm pretty sure it was my father. He told me, if you protest something, be prepared to pay the consequences for it. So, if you notice, protests don't come without consequences. You know, they just don't. You say you protest a liberal gathering someplace, like here in New Jersey. It's full of liberals here. I'm on the west coast of New Jersey, and it is predominantly conservative here, but full of liberals here. So you protest, you protest the liberals having their little gathering there. You know they're going to become violent. You're going to pay the price. So if you're going to protest something, just be prepared to pay the penalties or the consequences for it. Do it peacefully, though. If you're going to protest, I'm all for protest. Peaceful protest, it's fine. Do it. You know, look at the people in Tiananmen Square. When I was a kid in high school, the Chinese, in Tiananmen Square, they protested. College kids protested the way they were being treated in China back in the 1980s, late 80s. I think it was in the late 80s. Don't think it was in the 90s. Do you know that they went and killed every one of those students? They had them on. They took photographs of them, and what did they? They went and killed them. 1989. I was in high school, and it was celebrated that they were doing this. But after the protests were over, it's like the news media packed up their bags, got on their airplanes, and went home. The real story happened, 30 years ago. Holy shit. But what do I think of Antifa? Anybody that goes and protests with a mask on is not a protester. They are a mob. They are a mob, and they should fall under mob rules. And yeah. Hong Kong now. Yeah, right. So Hong Kong's doing it. They're taking these people's pictures. They're going to get them. They'll kill them. They'll kill them. Those people, they went and killed them. They didn't kill them. Which ones they didn't kill? They put them in jail. And they're probably still there 30 years later. You do not protest in China. So they knew this, though. Yes, domestic terrorists. They are domestic terrorists. I mean, okay, so I'm watching a boob tube on the Antifa. And they're there, there's this gay kid who has a vlog, and he's just reporting, as the press, reporting what is going on. And they beat the ever-loving shit out of him. I mean, they gave him a concussion. He had bleeding on his brain. They beat him so bad. And where were the cops? Well, they're here doing a peaceful protest. They have the right to be here. I guess you should watch where you go. I mean, the poor kid got the shit beat out of him. Now he's a Fox News contributor, which is great because he should be. Holy fook. Yeah, so back to the protesting. So Tiananmen Square, you got that kid just standing in front of the tank with his hands down like this, and he had a bag or 2 bags or whatever. I can't remember. Very iconic photo and bit of video. I believe it was on Times Square. Less blacks rioting under Trump than Obama. Well, I don't know. Yeah, true. Very true. Well, you know what? Again, stop calling them blacks. Just call them people. But I will say, stop feeding them. They need to earn their keep. They definitely need to earn their keep. Yeah, we're getting hard now. Yep. I'm going to get this sucker to go. So... Mayor Wheeler is an Antifa sympathizer. Well, yeah. Obama was a great president. Okay. If you feel that way, I never felt that way. But if you feel that way, that's okay. Because that was your thoughts, you know, you probably voted for them. Yeah. Yeah, it's okay. You see, this is what gets me about this whole thing, is Republicans and Democrats. So, as a Republican, a registered Republican, more of a libertarian, but as a registered Republican, because I'm registered, I have to say that I'm a Republican, I guess. But, you know, I didn't agree with Obama's policies. I didn't agree with a lot of the things that he did. I don't agree with Joe Biden running for office for a couple of reasons. One, he's 78 years old. He's slipping up left and right. So, I mean, even if he does win the nomination, which if he does, it'd be great because we'd get 4 more years with Trump, and the economy will continue to grow, and regulations will kind of disappear. We might actually be able to ride a bicycle down the road as an adult without a helmet on, you know. Yeah, Obama's greatest accomplishment, 830, I don't know. You guys, well, bring a video drought. I'm getting some steak and potatoes. A video drought, huh? Nah, not a video drought. Yeah, I may be gone, but I'm back. Anyway. Yeah, I'm back. Joseph called. He's having problems with the baler. That's all. A little bit of trouble with the baler. I'm just going to be painting this thing. But not forgotten. Have you forgotten? Yeah. I thought it was a goodbye. My balls attack. I gobble my balls attack. Unless I'm back. I'm black on welfare. Thanks for the money. Yeah, you're welcome. Yep. You can get money from me because you know what? I fall under those tax loops. Just so you know. Loopholes. Loopholes. Oh, we saved China, absolutely. The Flying Tigers, P-40 Warhawks, man. Those things, they flew them all against the Japanese. The reason China's communist is because of Russia. Because they didn't follow the surrender. They kept going and fighting the Japanese, even after the Japanese surrendered, and they took their territory. North Korea, Vietnam, China, Mongolia, all those. I would love to come to New Zealand. My aunt was in New Zealand back in the 80s. She went there to visit it. Beautiful place. Kiwis. Bunch of Kiwis there. I should probably go. I lost all my subscribers. Goodbye. New Zealand is whack. Whack, huh? I do have a Mac computer. Why? I am fixing this. This is the fan speed sensor. So if you don't know, if you're new coming in here, this controls the fan speed and the clutch. And without it working, it will not regenerate. It will not regenerate my exhaust. Was he here? Well, he's blocked on this channel, so he can't do anything. I've seen Bail Bandits work, yeah. Prince Edward Isle, Canada. They cutting wheat there yet? Robbie Moore. Gobble my balls. I got heartburn. Potato country. Yeah, but they used to grow a lot of wheat. A lot of wheat. 4960 sits over there. I gotta get it apart. liquid tape. Hay crop is okay, yeah. Ooh, New Zealand. Yeah, I wish I had some right here. Yes, they're cutting wheat here now. Cool. Dodge versus Ford. Fuck Dodge. Yeah, no. I don't do stupid shit like that. Everyone hit the thumbs up, huh? Yeah, there you go. Ford. Ford over Dodge. Ford for sure. Yeah, Chevy's, GM is going, you know, General Motors, they got a terrible track record. They're not even rating very well. 10,000? Sure. I'm more than halfway there now. Yeah, from a mechanic standpoint. I would never buy either Power Joke or Cummins. GM might have been good at one point. Yeah, I didn't empty the water out of it, though. American-made Dodge here in Mexico. $2. 139,000. Yeah, the Mr. Anadru put a cat diesel pickup and it would run forever. Nah. I don't know. Hey, Wes, did you see my suggestion on the camera tracking GPS? Yes, I did. Put a tile on it, right? That doesn't help it from being destroyed, though. It got smashed. I don't know. I don't even know where in the hell it was in there. Tim says he found it, but I'm getting high on this stuff. Do you have a second baler running like a new machine? Yeah, they're both running good. Other than Joe having that little bit of trouble. Dirt got behind the trip mechanism. So, and then it won't open and it throws a code. I've never been to Prince Edward Isle. I would love to go there. I think it would be really cool. It'd be a really nice place to visit. There was a television movie series that I watched years ago. It was called Anne of Green Gables. Mr. Anadru. I will pay for North Carolina video. There you go. Anne of Green Gables was a trilogy. It was 3 movies set, I think it was PBS. So, and that was based out of Prince Edward Island, and it was a really good show. I really enjoyed it. Anna and her red hair. Correct. She had, and it would turn a beautiful auburn as she got older. And that was set around the turn of the century, and I really enjoy. Yeah, Prince Edward Isle. Family's doing good. I didn't know anyone else who knew about that show. I know about a lot of things that people don't think I know about. Just so you know. Just so you know. I know a lot about a lot of stuff. Oh, Little House on the Prairie was pretty good. But, is Jeff Raymond here? I was talking about you earlier. And New Holland Tractors. He ordered a boy, and he got a girl. Here's from North Carolina, Mark Devins. You guys, come on, man. Jeff Raymond, high 100. There you go. I do like war stuff. All bad? No, I didn't talk all bad about New Holland. New Holland windrowers, they're junk. I see that Bales Hay. He demonstrated one of those. I told him to run away from that heap of shit as fast as he could. But no, the tractors, you know what? They're all. The thing I don't like about the blue New Hollands or the CNH tractors, might as well just call them CNHs. I was down the assembly line in Belgium and England, Basildon, England, Alone in the Wilderness. Yes, that was Alex Supertramp. Yeah, that was a book first. It was a real life story, but it was a book first, and he died. Now, it was a bit of a. I'll bet that kid had Asperger's of some sort or something. Non-prescription. Have I ever taken non-prescription drugs? Sure, all the time. I take aspirin. That's about the most you're going to get me to take. I'll take an Advil if it's really bad. Yeah, that sort of stuff. I got to get onto it. I would take the case version of a New Holland over the New Holland version of a case. They're the same thing, okay? The only difference is the cabs and the color and the hood, okay? So the basic machine comes down the assembly line just like that. So you got a T7, just use a T7. I think Jeff's got a T8, but a T7. So you take a T7, and it goes down at the assembly line. It's a T7. You know, they're putting blue and gray interior in the cab, blue roof, blue hood, blue fenders, white wheels, and it's called a New Holland. Now, I think there's only a couple of countries that use Case anymore, the Case International, the Case Red. So for every five or six blue tractors, one will be red. And I will say that they told me this even in the plant, that the cab's interior are different and they use a little different stuff inside them. The plastic that they use in the blue tractors does not hold up as well as the plastic that they use in the red tractors because of the coloring. And it's a problem. Things fall apart when the plastic is cheapened. So it's not that it's cheaper, it's the coloring. But anyways, if I was going to buy a Fiat tractor, I would probably go with the red one over the blue one, just because I don't want the shit to fall apart inside. Now, John Deere's had their share of problems with the black plastic that they use in the 10 series. The plastic they use Case 5230. Yeah, there you go. So anyways, if I was going to buy a Fiat product or a CNH product, it'd probably be red, just because of the creature comforts. The boys over in England did a comparison of the two types, the two tractors. They're the same tractor, just different stuff. Yeah, come on. Lord Muck, Dino 0303, and George Saunders. They did this, and what do they call themselves? They were the three wise monkeys there for a while, but they changed that to torquing points. Torquing points. And I kind of miss the videos, but I can tell that they're busy doing their thing. George is working with his cousin, and Kurt, he's flying airplanes and doing other stuff right now. And Dino got married, so he's got a new wife to keep his hands full. That's right. The whole 500 people out of 13,900. Well, that's a lot. Well, people don't like to watch live streams. They actually like to watch the video after it's been edited. Kind of silly. I just rewatched your Baylor Nodders timing vid and saved me a massive headache with my Baylor. There you go. Yeah, I just was working on this one. Too much plastic. Dino left farming now? When did he do that? What's he doing? The camera on top of the liquid tape. Oh, well, here. You want to see what I'm doing? There, right here. There. He's doing construction working now? Oh, that's a shame. That's a shame. Well, you got to go where the money is, and that leads me to talk about other things. You know, I'm in the mulch hay business, been in the mulch hay business for a long time, 21 years, and it's looking like the custom baling is going to pay better than the actual job that I've been doing for 21 years. So I'm probably going to be doing a little bit more of that. Well, not probably going to be doing a little bit more of that. I am going to be doing a little bit more of that because it makes me money. I'm with you on the blue tractors. I've enjoyed your videos for 3 years and your content never gets old. There is not much you don't know. Keep it up. Thank you. Thank you. I mean, Wes was cleaning Tim's mess in the tractor when he lost the camera. Yeah, I lost my camera. I cleaned up his mess and I lost my camera. That is the truth. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do here, right here. So to hold this thing all together. Do you believe that shit got that hard? Would you consider our tractor? Yeah. They're coming along pretty good now. I wouldn't have bought one when they were just out of the box, but all my tractors are our tractors. They're our tractors. All right? Our tractors. This is the story of a girl. Cried a river and drowned the whole world. You guys are probably wondering what the hell I'm doing. Do, 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 do. I just need to get this damn thing to regen. After that, I don't care if this thing fails. You know that? Probably jumping the gun on this. I shouldn't be forcing it too hard. But yeah, there it is. 'Cause I farm? Well, I don't know. I've seen a couple of his videos. I think he lost me when he started arguing with Iowa Dairy Boys, I think it was. And, no, Hitchton Farm. I think maybe Hitchton Farm. Yeah, they were arguing or something. No, this is liquid tape. It's not plastic dip. But probably the same thing. Is it raining? The balers are running. I got Joe and Cody running the balers. Timothy's on his way back. He's got a bearing out on the stack wagon. I will have to fix that tomorrow. Yep. You look like you need a trip to the Philippines, OLF. Coming. I can't wait. I can't wait. Teresa wants to go in November, but we're not. I got too much work to be doing. Too much work. Hey Wes, how's it going? You are right. Yeah, they do. I think it's safe to go to a wedding in Mexico. Go. Just don't get off the, don't get out of the safe place. Duct tape, it will fix it. Oh, this'll work. I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, to be honest with you. Yeah, see, I don't follow people that start rumors and stuff, and I don't even know. So I'm not an expert on other people's business, but when you start a war with someone, it generally ends badly for the person that started the war. And you know, I don't watch 'Cause I Farm, and I just don't. I don't know. I've watched some of his stuff, and there was, I don't know, just none of my business, I guess. You know, I try to stay out of the YouTube drama. I just do. I don't need to be in it. I don't want to be in it. You know, what I want to do is just lead a happy life. I want to show what I do on here and be respected for it, not criticized for it. And yeah, actions versus consequences. If you need to be able to pay for your actions. I've said that time and again. Time and again. I'll be right back. I have to go get a couple wire ties. Okay. Gossip gets you nowhere. Well, if you remember, the guy across the river, which I shouldn't even be mentioning him because he's just a jerk. And, yeah, that's correct. So the guy across the river, he started a war with me. Huh, that's too long. He started a war with me. And, you know, he didn't think I would take it to the level that I did. And you know what? You start a war with me, shoot them all like God sort them out kind of a guy, you know. And I don't give a shit. I brought his wife into it. I did it all. I don't care. So he started making videos and being stupid, and I started retaliating. And who won? Nobody. I just blocked his ass, and that was the end of him. I don't care what he does. I see that he's bought a John Deere baler. I was told he bought a John Deere baler. And I wish him all the luck, you know, all the luck in the world with it. I went over to the baler before he purchased it and looked at it, and I liked it. It's all right. It ain't a crone. Shoot second, ask questions later. Yeah, all right, shoot first, ask questions later. Yeah. Shit, the wrong damn ones. Be right back. Okay, so Tim just came in. So yeah, what did Eric get out of starting a war with me? Yeah, the 7810 is back. Eric didn't get anything out of it. He got a few subscribers, and that's about it. He got a bunch of people that just absolutely hate him over it. And, you know, I never told anybody to hate him. But he did. He ended up with a bunch of people that hated his guts over it. He can't go anywhere without people mentioning me. They go to his channel, they mention me. It gets him upset. Well, it doesn't upset me. I don't give a shit. You know, he can do what he wants. All right. I even made a video using his name. And if you search his channel, guess whose video shows up? Mine. You know, so that's what it got him. It got him nothing. So what he was doing, if you don't know the story, was he was going about building his channel by being a jerk, you know. Start trouble on a channel. Yeah. Yeah, like he never hit puberty. That's pretty funny, actually. Yeah, so he just, I don't know. It didn't help him any. I don't think it did. He wanted to be friends, but then in the end he just turned into a psycho, so I can't be friends with a psycho. You know. He claims he made all kinds of money in tobacco. I did the research. Tobacco's dying. Sorry. They're growing it cheaper elsewhere. You know. Like his tobacco barn burned. I find that to be rather fishy personally, but that's not for me to say. I wasn't there. I had nothing to do with it. Yep. Somebody came along and sent a message to him, or used his picture, sending pictures of himself saying, "Oh, I burned my tobacco barn so I could collect insurance." I thought that was pretty ridiculous, and all of a sudden it just went away. Like, oh, wait a minute, maybe I shouldn't have said that. But who knows? Yeah, you'll probably see a video about this. Me rambling on about him. He's probably home watching it. It's fine. I don't care. He can watch it. YouTube is still free. He just can't comment on my stuff. Can't do it. Somebody just sent me a text message, said they were going to the Farm Progress show. I'd like to see it. I'd really like to go, but I don't know. Broken equipment, hay in the field, and a job that I may be having to go to, do in a couple of weeks. Probably going to prevent me from going. You know, you ever want to do something like really bad, but then in the end you realize you can't go because you got prior engagements or you have work to do? Yeah, that's every farmer. You know. Hey, Midwest Farmer, there you go. Thank you. I'd like to go. I'd like to meet you, actually. We could talk about chemtrails and other things like that. Right, Tim? Did you just knock that board down? Tim? Huh? Did you just knock that big board down? Yeah. I'm surprised. There's nothing else but... Oh, my phone crashed today, so I have no contacts, Glenn. I'm sorry about that. My contacts are all done, so if you call me, I won't even know who the hell it is until I get that straightened out.
What's that for?
The mower. John Deere.
Oh, that's the fan blades college.
Yeah.
Huh.
Fan blade sensor. I think I'm ready to go put her back in. Farming Life is a complete joke. Shame with Stony Ridge Farmer is a joke with his Roundup video. Now, I like Josh. Josh is not a joke. Josh is he doesn't claim to be an expert like some people on here. And he does a fine job with what he knows. And if he doesn't know it, he's there to learn. So if that's the attitude you got, well, I don't know. I think Josh is a fine individual. Tim hungry? Give him a Snickers, huh? No, can't please the Sasquatch every time. He doesn't need no damn Snickers. All right, so should we go put it on now and see if it works? Ooh. I'm thinking we should put it on. Why don't I film on... What? I didn't get that. There it is. Yes. Why, hell yes. Tim needs a steak. No, I don't think Tim needs a steak. Well, the problem with me putting this thing on now is it is dark outside. So I'm going to have to say unequivocally no. I'm not going to do it. That's it. Done. You can help us with diagnostics. I know what the diagnostics are. I just would like to plug it in and have it say, beep, beep, you did good. Tim needs a raise. No, he doesn't. Tim makes more money than most people on here do. He makes more than me in the end. This is just temporary. I just needed it to fix. Hey, Tim. What the hell was that? Do me a favor. Are you not drilling into that steel? Hello? It'll leak. Do not. Why don't you bring that light over here and we'll put this in and see if it works. You can take the live streamers. Yeah, the Stony Ridge Farmer, he is catering to everyone. He's not doing a certain demographic. I do a certain demographic. If you don't like me, go fuck yourself. If you like me, stick around. It's okay. You know? Okay, it's fiesta time in the Philippines, baby. Yeah, this guy, this hoodwinked by an angel, Michael Fazio, he was here. And he saw some of the madness. Yeah, funny guy. I really like Michael. He's a funny guy. But, yep, there you go. Why don't you film when you're unstucking my tractors? Well, they're not stuck. All right, Tim, unplug that thing. You got a light? Yep. All right, let's go.
Oops.
See what happens.
What? Did I do that? That. Tractor.
Okay. For those of them who didn't believe that it was dark out, it's dark. And this thing has to go up there.
Oh, right there?
Way the fuck up here. This is really the first thing that is broke on this thing.
What was it, a wire?
Yeah, but no, this thing broke.
Uh,
I Afro-engineered it back together.
just to make it work.
To make it work. So. Huh. How the hell did that thing go on? Okay. All right.
Just stick this right in here.
This little, it's gonna work, maybe. Oh shit, I forgot the damn wire grabber thing. Hold on. Give me this guy here. When we get inside, give me that ratchet that's there. I'm thinking, what the hell? There you go.
C-Ben's coal is from the watch.
Huh?
C-Ben's coal is from the watch.
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's whatever it said on here.
What the hell was that?
It's motion sensed.
Motion sensed. Okay. There's that. I just got to make sure. I'm just trying to get it so it'll burn. I don't care after it does the burn. I don't care. Okay. All right. So here's this. And we can do this. Now there's a 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter. 13 millimeter.
13?
Myself 25 times to you.
Sorry, I'm thinking at the same time.
You actually think? Hold that.
Yes.
Yeah. So this live stream actually
Starting to get dark here in northern Michigan. 1:48 a.m. here in Ireland.
Ireland. You guys are still up in Ireland? Oh yeah. Need a couple wire ties here. I'm actually not even gonna wire tie that thing. I'm gonna just try to get it to burn. I'm not even sure if this is gonna work, but if it does, kudos to me. I'll be able to tell shortly.
Do you have a preferred brand of tools?
Tools?
Yeah.
I like Craftsman tools. I like Craftsman tools.
That is what they were saying.
Asking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Pitch black here in Ontario, Canada.
Mm-hmm. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna run back in.
Yep.
Let's see what we're doing here. I gotta get a wire tie, so just kind of hold tight there. A hug? No, I don't need no hug.
Nah, he didn't bite.
So, if you do that, yeah, that'll keep that out of the way long enough to give us a burn. Right?
About 4 or 5 o'clock.
Okay. All right, moment of truth. Moment of truth. All right, who's taking bets?
Who's taking bets here?
If it works or not. It didn't work the first time. Let me go get the other camera.
Take it.
No, I gotta go up in the cab.
It'll work. It'll might work. $5 it works. $5 it works.
$5 it works. Who's paying me? I don't know if it's gonna work or not. We're gonna find out here shortly. Okay. All right. Ready? It's telling me there's trouble. So that means there's codes, which we already know. So we gotta clear the codes. Let's see.
Fan will fly off and hit me? No.
Gotta hope not.
If it doesn't work, it's my fault. Thanks.
So, okay, so, yeah. So let's do this.
Can't even see the screen. I found this camera. It's behind the tractor seat.
There's no codes.
No codes? I blame it on AOC.
Yeah, okay. It's claiming there's no codes.
Sensor? Too many Mexicans at the fair this year. Yeah. Somebody. S. Purcell.
Really? I don't know. Well, Flemington's a sanctuary state or city, so. Oh, a sanctuary city.
Who sat on the camera? No, it was behind the seat.
Yeah, I don't know. I just think it's
Oh, you
still active.
still? You took a slow motion shot too? Might need to be warmed up before the regen takes place.
Cancel and return to the engine information. It's not going to do it. As long as there's codes on it, then make it go. See if we can clear them with it off. I don't think it's working. Didn't work. Another failed attempt. Loading data, please wait. Troubleshooting. Engine power limited, start, parked, filtered. Exhaust filter restricted. Sensor 7. Sensor supply 7 circuit fault. Troubleshooting required. That's in the ECU. I doubt that it blew a. I doubt that it blew a. What?
Look at the bottom post.
Yeah, that's pretty funny actually. Peckerhead. Never passive, no. Bus warning, no. Bus off, no.
Oh my god. Ugh.
Go to addresses, maybe that'll work. We'll just go to diagnostics. I have to go look at the fuses to see if there's a blown one, because it could have blown a fuse.
From it shorting out.
Right. It is. It's not. Here we go. 26 controllers. One. Complete. Show all.
Should have bought a Ford.
A Ford mower. Yeah, that's funny. Ford stopped agricultural equipment a long time ago. Oh, come on.
There was no water in the grain dryer.
Yeah, there is. It's full.
What do you mean?
The top. Oh, absolutely 100% full to the top. I gotta drain it. The roof blew off, you know?
Yeah. What the Nothing.
It's not full. Okay.
What do you think the little ventilation holes are for?
The water to come out. Yeah, this is one of these all-time favorite, my all-time favorite,
All this Ford, Chevy, Dodge truck BS, they're all equally pieces of shit and all break down.
Right.
Now you just gained $10.
The same piece of shit, different brand.
Hey,
What is it? Somebody gave you money?
$10.
Who was that?
John Stelton.
That was nice.
Thanks. Get your dad a bigger hammer.
Okay.
The moth.
I don't think we're going to get those cleared.
This is better than going to the movies.
You okay? Active codes. 1.
Of course.
ECU has codes. I'm telling you. ECU. Okay. So, to clear those out, let's go take a look at the, you got that light?
Yep.
Let's go see what we got in the fuse box. Get out of there.
And
No. Touching my shit. What's the matter with you?
it's right there.
You know how to check those? I'll have to go get a light.
Tell him to turn the key off and push the gas button 3 times. Tell him to turn the key off and on, push the gas pedal 3 times. Yeah, right? Yeah. Should be hanging up there. Well, in its cubby hole. What? Unless somebody moved it. Is it under the box?
Under there. Shit. Alright, well.
I swear I saw that damn thing up there.
That one of these stupid things here.
Yellow or white.
No, that's not that either. That's like trying to find hen's teeth here. Oh, look at that.
Got a white one?
Alright, see what happens.
Yes, I found the missing camera. I said that like twice. Well, for you, but not to me. Yep. Move upside down.
Get upside down.
Need a power probe to check fuses.
What this is? Okay. Ain't that one.
The other one?
Here's one. Looks funky.
Sucks getting old when you can't remember where you put your stuff.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And that's not the truth here. Timothy gets his goddamn hands on it, never puts anything back. Fills my tractors with garbage and, you know.
Thank you, Paul C. Could y'all quit asking about the camera? It was behind the seat. My dad what? My dad doesn't know how to say cock shot correctly. He thinks it's cock shoot.
Cock shot. Cock shoot. Cock shoot's a whole nother story. That's not nice. Just say Oliver. Well, that ain't it. There's nothing wrong there. It's that sensor though. And I bet it's gonna be a call to John Deere then after I put it in.
Mm-hmm.
Oh well. Probably shorted it out inside.
All AOC's fault.
Yeah. I watched her doing a radio show like online today. And the face that she makes, she's like fucking crazy. That girl's got these psychotic. If she was to go in and shoot up a school, it wouldn't surprise me. Take everyone's guns away but mine. I need to shoot up a school. That's the kind of shit.
So she wants to take our guns away, and she wants to keep her own?
Now, de Blasio, he wants to take her guns away. That guy's a fucking retard. Yeah, vote for me. Rich people will tax the hell out of them. I guess he's going to be paying a lot of taxes. This is just the hypocrisy of this whole thing. So Bernie Sanders, he wants to be a socialist, but he's got money through a capitalist system. De Blasio wants to tax the shit out of rich people. He's rich. You don't ascend to these positions and be poor. The poorest person that I know that ever took office and remained poor was Jim McGreevy, the flaming queer governor we used to have. Yeah, he's as queer as a $3 bill. And he was poor. Him and his lover live in a modest home down here at the seashore now. I think they still have to, what is that?
AOC, ETEL are hypocrites.
Yeah, they're all, do as I say, not as I do, kind of a mentality.
Everything she does is dumb.
She's born dumb. When I was a little girl sitting at the Washington Monument, my father said that we had the greatest. No, she just. I watched that thing, I want to throw up. Anyway, I think I'm ready to end this. Was it 2 hours long?
110 minutes and 32 seconds.
Not quite 2 hours long.
Nope.
Yeah.
She looks like a wild animal.
She does. I mean, her eyes just stick out like everything she says. Her eyes are like this. You know, it's usually about people's eyes are like telltale whether they're lying or not. She's always like the deer in the headlights look.
Doesn't even know what garbage disposal is.
Huh?
Doesn't even know what garbage disposal is.
She doesn't?
No.
Garbage disposal, her mouth.
All I say
That's a cum dumpster.
all I say is build the wall.
She talk like that. I get death threats on a daily basis.
She looks like a trash panda.
Trash. That's true. Yeah, I guess if you put an Incredibles mask on her, she'd be like quite the trash panda. That's funny. Well, I can honestly say
The party that kills babies wants to control your health care. Think about it.
I don't have to think about it. I kind of know.
Oh, you want to look at this bearing? Well, I'm going to show them.
Well, we can replace it, right?
Well, you would have to loosen up the chain. The left one.
This one here.
Yep.
Show me the light. Can't see.
Hold on, it's gotta.
This side, I can't see it.
See?
Oh, yeah. Okay, what size is that?
We're out the bearing.
That's weird.
But you can see it's mashing the gear.
Well, yeah, it's chewing on something. It's chewing on something. Yeah, that's been out a while.
Yeah, I found it's the inside.
Rubbing on the pipe?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not too big of a deal. We'll pop that off. We can go over to bearings and drives, and no wonder this thing was giving me an ass ache.
That's what I asked you on the phone. I said, is it giving you an ass? I'm trying to push it down.
When it comes to here.
Yeah, and it stops.
Yeah, it stops. Yeah.
Yeah, because it's catching there.
Yeah, trash panda.
And trash panda, hilarious.
Yeah, we'll have to replace that tomorrow. I'll go over to bearings and drives, knock it out, loosen it up, pop it out of there, and get another one.
Can you see the bearing? There's no bearing. There's a bearing there.
I'll get two bearings. Let me see that light. Look at that thing. Yeah, they're just press-ins. Right?
I don't know.
Yeah, they're just press-ins. I hope so. Well, if they're not press-ins, I'm sure bearings at BDU will have it. BDU will have it.
Yeah. Yeah, when
an 80. No, they're 100s, right? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
100. Japan. It's actually a pretty decent chain. Yeah, I don't know why that thing crapped out on us.
Yeah, all I saw was it just catches here, stops, go all the way down, and I just watched this only sprocket, and I can see the chain just move up and down like that sprocket's out.
Sprocket's out. Yeah. Not a big deal. We'll fix it tomorrow.
And plus, this thing was like hot, like really hot.
Well, what was it it's chewing on the pipe itself, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Holy shit, that thing chewed. That's been out a while.
Yeah, but how long?
Long enough. It chewed the pipe, the spacer that goes in there. It's just a piece of pipe. Oh, no, it's there. It's a snap ring. There's a snap ring.
Is it?
Yeah. We might even have that. Yeah, I just need an Allen wrench. We could loosen that thing right up. Pop that off of there. I bet I got that bearing. It's just a...
Alright, you got the size of that?
Yeah, it's just a... What, the bolt?
Yeah.
It's just a bolt. It's a lock bolt, that's all. Okay.
Nice
The
one.
lock's not on the bolt. Just a 3/4 inch bolt.
The bearing is cooked. Got any suggestions? Yeah, replace it.
Yeah, replace it. Good call. I don't think it's that big a deal. We probably don't even have to, we'll just loosen the chain up. We probably don't even have to take it apart. If we do, we can run that thing up on top and pop that apart.
Mm-hmm.
We should probably replace those bolts that are in there anyway. Grade 8s. I don't know. We've run quite a few bales through this thing. We got 20,000, almost 20,000 bales through it.
20,000 bales.
Yeah.
Well, 22.
22,000, you think?
About 28,000 because about what I reset the counter on there and for here.
20,000, about 20,000. Well, anyway.
I can't understand how people who have seen that humanity is like can actually have children and force someone by the way of living to experience this ridiculous absurdity.
No. Anyway, I think it's time to end the live stream. I'm tired and I don't know. I think we got that. Let me look in here. I bet I have that damn bearing. If I got it clean out in the place, there's nothing snapping in. Yeah, press it out. Look familiar?
No.
It's a squid short top. Isn't that what I was looking for the other day?
Pressure sensor?
I got too much shit, not enough room to put it all. That's a round one. Go ahead and end that. I don't know that anymore.
Yep.
Goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
So long. So long. Farewell. It's time to say goodnight. To you. To you.